What's up, guys? It's me, it's that ERIC. I am the People's co-host, Eric Barnes, better known as EBar. Hit that like button for more Raw's EBar, and let's get it going. Alright, so the show began with Stephanie coming out and trying to justify her actions leading up to WrestleMania. I will say that Ronda Rousey fully impressed me in Mania, and I thought that they had a great tag team match. Obviously, it was well planned out, and I'm sure it was well rehearsed, so we'll see if she can keep up that level of entertainment and skill on a consistent basis, but I am hopeful. So Stephanie's out there, then Ronda comes out, and as per usual, she's all smiles. Stephanie says that she and Ronda are now friends. But that friendship doesn't last long as Ronda attacks Steph's injured arm and puts on a really weird looking arm bar to end the segment. I know that they're not going to be able to do, exact UFC moves because that would just be dangerous. But that was just, I don't know. I don't know what I would call that, but it wasn't an arm bar that I think of in my mind. Anyway, I thought this segment was entertaining, but I'm just wondering how long until Ronda moves out of the whole Stephanie feud and starts working with just the week-to-week normal female superstars. Next, we had Nia Jax come out to celebrate her win at WrestleMania. She's the new Raw Women's Champion. I thought the lead up and execution of that whole women's title match was one of the things that was done very well at Mania, and I believe that Nia is a deserving champion. So out come Alexa and Mickey to piss in Nia's Cheerios, but Nia has got a surprise partner for their tag team match, and it's Ember Moon. Those two proceed to defeat Alexa and Mickey, with Ember getting the pin on Alexa, which I've got to admit definitely surprised me. Overall, I thought this was a great debut for Ember Moon, who I think is a terrific addition to the women's roster. No Way Jose made his main roster debut to defeat a jobber. I will say, I actually enjoyed No Way Jose in NXT, but I don't think I'm the only one who got some clearly Adam Rose-ish vibes from this, and we all know how that turned out. Honestly, I'm rooting for the guy, but these dancing gimmicks have a way of petering out and losing interest pretty quickly. Maybe if there was a very clear heel turn before the decline began, or just as it starts to begin, he could stand a chance, because he is a talented wrestler in my opinion. So, unfortunately, Braun Strowman and Nicholas had to relinquish their Raw Tag Team titles because, oops, Nicholas is in the 4th grade. But don't worry, because once he's done with school,
somebody's going to get these hands!
With that being said, Kurt Angle set up a Tag Team Eliminator tournament to decide who's going to face the Bar at the Greatest Royal Rumble. First up was Gallows and Anderson taking on the Revival, with the Revival getting the win and heading to the next round in a solid match. Seth Rollins became your new Intercontinental Champion at WrestleMania in a very solid match with Finn Balor and The Miz, and Seth came out to celebrate. I definitely enjoyed how hot the crowd was for Rollins during this segment. Finn Balor came out to challenge Seth for the title, which inevitably brought out The Miz and the Miztourage. There was some great promo work here, including Miz saying that his 2-week-old daughter cried when she saw her dad lose at Mania, which, I'm sorry, but a 2-week-old baby is just a pile of human goo. I feel like she couldn't have been that emotionally invested. That being said, Miz tried setting up a handicap match between himself and the Miztourage to take on Rollins and Balor. This led to the return of Jeff Hardy to even the odds. I was stoked to see Jeff Hardy back, but what's the reasoning for him coming out and helping Rollins and Balor? To me, it didn't seem like he had a dog in this fight, but regardless, this segment set up the main event. So, Sasha Banks was set to take on Mandy Rose from Absolution, and Bayley makes her way out to apparently be in Sasha's corner, even though it definitely seems like she wasn't invited. This led to Bayley accidentally taking out Sasha, which led Sasha to losing the match. I will say I'm enjoying the build between Sasha and Bayley, and I look forward to them having a one-on-one match because from what we've seen in their NXT days, we all know that these two can bring the house down. This segment led directly into the retirement of Paige. This announcement has been a long time coming as Paige has been injured for a few months now. It's definitely a shame to see someone so young with so much potential have to give up what they love. As we all know, Paige has had a lot of ups and downs in the past couple of years, from dating Del Rio to her previous injury to, well, you know. In whatever Paige chooses to do in the future, I absolutely, honestly wish her all the best. Although she did say that she was going to have to go and find something else, so if Paige does leave the WWE, where does that leave the remaining two members of Absolution? So Elias makes his way to the ring to give us the concert that he didn't get to give us at WrestleMania. He definitely had some great crowd work here, and it's always fun when you see a little spark in a superstar's eyes because the crowd surprises even them, and they get a bigger reaction than even they were expecting. Of course, Elias was interrupted, and this time by Bobby Lashley. Yep, Lashley has returned to the WWE, and to be honest with you, the work that I've seen him do in TNA has been spotty at best, just because I don't watch that on a week-to-week basis. But everything that I did see from him in TNA showed that he had come a very long way since his original run in the WWE. I wish the best for Lashley, and I just hope that he doesn't get lost in the shuffle on a very stacked Raw roster. But this segment just left me wondering, what's his beef with Elias? Alright, well, the Authors of Pain made their debut and made quick work of Heath Slater and Rhino. Actually, mostly just Heath Slater. In an interesting twist, it looks like now that they've made it to the dance, they're going to distance themselves from what got them there, namely Paul Ellering. It's interesting because I was just discussing this not long ago with whether Ellering would make the transition with them whenever they did go to the main roster, and it looks like this is going to be the only time he'll be escorting AOP to the ring now that they have made it. So next up, a defeated Roman Reigns made his way to the ring and basically just started bitching and complaining. He was complaining about losing to Lesnar, complaining that Lesnar got re-signed without him knowing, complaining he didn't know about a rematch with Lesnar that's going to take place at the greatest Royal Rumble until he read it online. What's to complain about that, really, though? I mean, he's getting another Universal title shot after being cleanly defeated at WrestleMania. In what world is he deserving of that? Usually you hear people go, oh, well, you go to the back of the line, buddy. But no, not Roman Reigns. What? Why? Whatever. Regardless, Samoa Joe made his return and completely destroyed Roman on the mic, calling him a failure and a liar. And he also announced that he'd be facing Roman at Backlash. So the feud between these two continues to be pretty good in my opinion, and it was great to see Samoa Joe back. I'm definitely looking forward to the future of this one. It seems that Bray Wyatt has become woken as he teamed with Matt Hardy in the Tag Team Eliminator against Titus Worldwide. Clearly they were going to win this. No offense, Titus Worldwide, but it's just not that interesting, especially compared to this duo. I'm pretty excited for this union because if done right, Matt and Bray could do some extremely entertaining work together. If done right. So, earlier in the show, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn showed up begging for jobs from Kurt Angle, which led to easily the burn of the night.
Okay, well, my tag team division is full, but I hear that TNA is hiring.
As savage as that was, Kurt told the duo that there was only room for one on the Raw roster, which led to a one-on-one match between them to see who would get the spot. The two were having a great match, but unfortunately for them, I guess it was a little too great because neither one of them could stand up before a 10 count, which led to them both to lose the match and nobody to get the contract. I do like this story because it keeps me wondering what's next for these two. And will we see Kevin Steen and Sammy Generic in the Impact Zone? Alright, and to close out the show, we got that 6-man tag between Rollins, Balor, and Jeff Hardy taking on The Miz and The Miztourage. In my opinion, pretty good action all around. They left the crowd going home happy for once. I gotta say there were a couple of awkward moments near the end as the crowd was clearly fatigued, and a couple times Balor was going for the coup de grace, and he's up there on the corner waiting for, a few seconds for a crowd reaction that really never came, and it happened twice, both times. He's just like smiling at the crowd, waiting for that surge of cheers that never happened. Felt a little awkward, but still, overall, a great match, and in my opinion, a nice way to end the Raw After Mania. Alright guys, so that's all I've got for you this week. Hit that like button for more Raw is EBar, and subscribe to me if you haven't yet. I'll see y'all soon. Peace.